He didn't see her at first. The room was buzzing with voices, camera flashes bouncing off every surface, people calling his name, congratulating him, pulling him into frame after frame. David Licauco moved through it all with that calm presence he always carried. Polite smile, grounded steps, eyes occasionally scanning the crowd. He was used to this now. But something in him was looking for something else. Or someone. And then, without any grand entrance, she was just there. Barbie Forteza stood close to the back, away from the crowd, wearing a look that didn't need to say much. Her eyes met his, and something subtle shifted in his shoulders. The noise didn't stop, but it suddenly felt quieter. He gave a small nod, unspoken recognition, and she smiled. Not the kind you give for cameras, but the kind you save for someone whose victories feel like your own. She waited until the interviews were done, until the lights became less harsh, until he could finally breathe. And when he walked toward her, it wasn't with the swagger of someone who had just pulled off a major premiere. It was with a kind of softness that only she could pull out of him. "I didn't think you'd make it," he said, his voice low. Barbie raised an eyebrow. "Please. You think I'd miss this?" He laughed just a little, the way he always did when she called him out. "You always say that, but I never want to assume." "Well," she said, stepping a little closer, "don't assume next time." There was a pause. Just silence. He looked at her like he was still trying to believe she was actually there. And maybe he was. Because this wasn't just any night. This was a night months in the making. A night built on early call times, late-night rewrites, long pauses filled with self-doubt. And all through that, her voice had been there, on the other end of the line, reminding him not to give up when it would have been easier to. "You were incredible," she said. She didn't need to say more. He felt it in her tone. And he let out a breath like he'd been holding it all night. "Thank you," he said. "For showing up. For everything." Barbie reached out and tugged gently at the cuff of his sleeve. "I've always been here, David. Whether you notice or not." He didn't answer that. He just looked at her. The kind of look that holds gratitude, admiration, and something unmistakably tender. No one around them paid much attention. And they liked it that way. For once it was just about them. When they left the venue together, not holding hands, not posing for anyone, it didn't matter. Because what they had wasn't for the public. It never was. It was in the quiet moments, in exchanged glances, in unspoken affirmations. It was something real. Something that didn't need to be explained.